Hello there, and welcome into the Drop Spot, talking all things Fortnite competitive, a talk show for you guys to embrace the mighty game that is Fortnite, alongside some very special guests. I'm Adam Savage. I'm joined by the almighty 11-2K and Jenny Smiles on this week's show. It's great to have you both here. I think silly question asking you both to introduce yourselves, because everyone knows exactly who 11-2K and Jenny Smiles are. But just in case that one person who's visiting from a planet like Saturn or something has not known exactly who you are, 11-2K, give us an introduction to where you are in the Fortnite stratosphere and how you got involved.
Well, thank you very much, Adam. Look, my name is 11-2K. I am a Fortnite commentator / analyst. I am the 11-2K in the 11-2K Taco Time bundle that you can find sometimes in the Fortnite item shop. You know, no big deal or anything. But yeah, I'm here to talk about some Fortnite with some friends.
Levin, I adore you. Levin's really the best. I can't even top it. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm Jenny Smiles. It's great to see you and meet you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. I am a very average Fortnite player. I love Fortnite. That's really the gist of who I am. I love Fortnite, all things Fortnite. I am an analyst on the broadcast team, and I just enjoy being with these lovely souls and talking about Fortnite. It's always a great time.
Oh, Jenny, it's great to have you here. I mean, I think it's a great introduction to any dinner party you ever go to. Hi there, my name is Jenny Smiles. I'm an average Fortnite player. I think it's a great way. It's a great way to break the ice. Great way to break the ice.
Absolutely.
It's so good to have you guys here, and we're going to talk about loads of things. Lots is happening, obviously, at the moment for you guys joining us here on the show. We're going to break down everything that's happened in Chapter 4, Season 2, kind of recap on the season, because Chapter 4, Season 3 is coming our way as well. Thoughts on that, as well as talking about all things console and DreamHack Dallas as well, happening recently too. But let's kickstart things with what a great season Chapter 4, Season 2 has been. Like, we've had loads of fun, as Jenny mentioned there. You know, we've all been very lucky part of like the broadcast, across FNCS and the like as well. Let's just talk about highlights, personal highlights. What have been some of the favorite things? Levin, kickstarters here. What have you enjoyed about this season? What's really stuck out for you, buddy?
Oh man, how much time do we have? Look,
all the time in the world.
I'll be real, right? For me, I have the view of a player and the view of, you know, an analyst, and I'll get to sort of both as best as I can. But as a player, I came into the season, you know, a bit down. I was very, I wasn't too optimistic. My favorite game mode in the game is late game arena. And coming into the season, it was like we weren't going to have late game arena. So I was really coming into the season like, oh man, like, what am I going to play? What am I going to do? What am I even going to log on and play? Like, I didn't know. But first of the season, I log on at them, and I took the amount of changes and new things. Like, the whole zones were different. We had kinetic blades, the whole new part of the map that was just massive and crazy with Mega City. We had vaults, we had Rift Island, we had cash, we had so much stuff that, like, I ended up spending a lot more this season just playing like Battle Royale than I would have thought I would as a player. And then, of course, as like a commentator and analyst, that just provides for so much content in like the pro level, where it's like, even to this point, like we're at the very end of the season, and it's like I'm still just amazed by all the different things we've had to sort of play with.
Dude, it has been insane. I still feel like I need to explore more, and there's another season coming up, and I'm just like, whoa, wait, I still am enjoying this one. But genuinely, my favorite parts of it, I have absolutely loved the kinetic blade and the ODM gear, the rotations, being able to move around the map quickly, because, you know, I'm not a competitive player. I just like to have fun. I love watching competitive, but I just enjoy like bopping around the map and exploring, and, you know, getting 10 eliminations at least per game. So, you know, it allows me to, you know, fly around the map and just get eliminations super quick. So great part in addition to the season. But I also love Loot Island. I think, you know, having the rifles, the pulse rifles have been like crazy. People cannot wait to get their hands on those. It's just been wild to see that in competitive as well.
I mean,
So
Jenny,
good.
Jenny, you said 10 eliminations per game, and you consider yourself an average Fortnite player. There's something about I think, are you mad?
Yeah,
10
like,
eliminations.
You got any coaching services?
You're a
Like,
ghost. What are you
are you
doing?
offering coaching? Like, hello.
No, subtle
We'll talk
flex.
about it.
Oh, just like 10 eliminations. Like, that's amazing. I mean, I think you're right though. I think, you know, rotation has definitely been a thing that I think is a big fan. I think every single season that, you know, a new Fortnite kind of season drops, we rotate and get around the map, and you know, there's always these new creative ways introduced. You mentioned like ODM gear and such as well. It's been great, and the kinetic blade's been so much fun. Particularly end game in tournaments and championships as well.
Mhm.
It's so fun to watch that happen. But I think you're right. The different parts of the map that can tend to change is a real big factor. You mentioned Mega City as well. The rails have been a real fun to do for someone who loves to grind a battle pass like I do XP wise. There's nothing I love more than a quest, which is spend 5 minutes on a rail. I will do that happily, just going round in circles, round and round and round. I mean, the vibe as well has been great. Like, I think thematically as well, Mega City. I mean, to look at visually, I love that kind of neon vibe to it. I think I've really enjoyed it. I think we all kind of look and see what the kind of new kind of theme is around seasons. I think it's been a really cool one too, Devin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend I'm some sort of, aesthetic nerd that knows everything, and is like an aficionado in that regard. I don't, but I will say, I know it's good when like you see like random people on social media like seeing Mega City and going, oh wow, that looks cool. Like that's in Fortnite. Like I think that's always like a good, almost sort of like test, like litmus test of like, is this like something cool that people like visually? And I think it definitely passed that test. And you're right in terms of actually going in game, right? Like first day, that's all anybody sort of had their eyes on, right? Just Mega City. Like what is this? How do we tackle this? So much loot there. Obviously the vaults are crazy, right? And the fights for the vaults, even crazier. I quickly realized that I don't have the facilities to fight for the vault at Mega City every game. I'll head over to Bastion instead, or Shattered Slabs. But Mega, really, really cool POI. And who knows if it'll be around. I actually don't know, but
Listen.
hopefully we get more like that.
I love Mega City. I feel like, a lot of people had the nostalgic feeling that it was going to be kind of like Tilted Towers, that vibe where like everybody landed there. And I got that exact vibe. I think the way that they laid it out, it also being the first and like to be the biggest POI, like has just been crazy. They're blowing everyone's mind. They're like, wait, you're gonna take this large of a space and make it just one POI was wild. So having that feeling of like that Tilted Towers feeling again was really cool. And then of course, like you said, the vaults and the rails. But I think also it was really cool to watch in competitive the teams that did land there using that to their advantage, like looting quicker in such a large area and stuff. I don't know, just those small little details are really cool. And having the teams having to navigate and figure out and learn that really large new POI was super interesting to do. And also such a short period of time before, like their next competition, their next, like game. So I think, that was a really cool addition. So I wonder, I don't know. I don't like spoilers, but I am kind of thinking like what's going to happen for the next season.
Even beyond just Mega itself, like the surrounding areas with like the similar sort of vibe, like Kenjutsu Crossing's been one of my favorite POIs we've had in Fortnite in a long time, right? Like I feel like just in general, that whole area of the map, it's been great addition.
Yeah, it definitely has. And you mentioned like some Tilted Towers there as well, and kind of like there's such a legacy with the map now as well, because it's changed. There's so many different iterations, different seasons, things have added and kind of come back and come in different versions. And that's one thing I've loved about this is kind of like it seems that despite the fact you think so much has been done already in Fortnite and the way the kind of map has evolved over time, there's always something new that comes in. You think I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, and suddenly here it is. Be it aesthetic as we mentioned, or be it something kind of changes the meta and way that players rotate or take on kind of teams that are contested in certain POIs, because we love to watch contested POIs as well. It's fun to watch that kind of happen on Spawn, not for the players obviously, but for us watching it as observers, it's great. I mean, mid-game objectives too. I mean, Jenny, we were talking about this a few minutes ago before we kind of went live here, and we talked about the fact that we have like Rift Island's a big factor here as well for you.
Oh yeah, Rift Island was so cool for me, like knowing where it's going to spawn, what's going to happen if you're close to it, because it can give you an advantage obviously in the game if you are closer to it when it spawns and you can get to it. And I mentioned like those pulse rifles are like, I mean, just so OP. Like they're insane. And so
if you're Thomas HD, they are insane.
If you are a high ground player and you have that, that is just a crazy combination there. So I think that was also kind of just a cool add on, and I'm excited to kind of see that in something new and different that they add on into like this following season, because that was definitely interesting, and we were talking about just like different weapons and stuff. So I think to see what they come up with will be really interesting.
It's funny because it's like going into the FNCS Grand Finals in EU, I asked Vino, the eventual winner of the whole thing, right, for his like predictions, and he literally said to me, if Thomas HD and Malabuka get Rift Island every game, they just win the tournament. Like it's not even close, right? And that was the person that ended up winning it in the most dominating fashion ever. So it
Dang.
just goes to show you like how strong and how like well thought over Rift Island is. And yeah, I think it was a big part of like the season as a whole, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Massive part. I mean, you're mentioning Vino as well there, Queasy Vino, six victory royales in finals, just again this season, just absolutely insane that they could do that and do such an unbelievable job. I mean, away from the I guess look at FNCS nature, look at a competition standpoint too, new modes came into the mix as well, like Creative 2.0 kind of dropped like just over midway through the season, which was massive. I mean, the potential of that, we kind of see already people are kind of building different, creating different things in Creative 2.0. I mean, it's Lev, it's been great to see that. I mean, I've played a lot of the horror maps. There's been a lot of horror experiences where I'm basically petrified the entire time. It's just things scaring me, loud noises. It's been great to do, but you can see now that I guess like creators are kind of coming up with new ways of kind of making this even more of a kind of like a immersive experience now, kind of utilizing the tools that they have them. And you can see kind of like week on basis now, kind of the improvements being made to the different kind of creative 2.0 as well. And there's so much to look forward to ahead as well.
Yeah, I was here, right? When we did the talk show, when it had just dropped with Squat and Dog, and we were obviously super excited and thinking, what are the possibilities? And to think that like so much has already been done and there's still so much that can be done and will be done, it's really exciting, the sort of potential there. Again, like you said, Adam, right? Hopping into so many of the maps, you just sort of play it and you're like, this is Fortnite. Like, it's mad. Like, you go into certain game modes and you're thinking, this is Fortnite. Like, yeah, I think Creative 2.0, like midway through the season, it was a big thing, and I think it's going to continue to be an even bigger thing season on season. So yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, some of the 2.0 maps have been my favorite are like the escape room ones where I have played so many of them where you have to get to the end and escape and you can play with somebody else. You have to do like sort of like puzzles and different things to get out and escape. And yeah, some of them were like horror vibes and I do not do good with scary things. So to mix that in my Fortnite, like Fortnite is like, like just fun and bubbly, whatever. And then like this crazy doll thing pops out. I'm like, what is going on? So it involves and changes everything. And I also think it's really cool that the audience is allowed to put their own like taste into Fortnite and, use that creative mindset and really allow themselves to express themselves through the game. And that is something that you don't see really often in a lot of games. So huge shout out to Fortnite for that.
Jenny,
that's awesome.
Everyone and their mother is making maps now.
I
I see I feel like I should be making a map. We gotta make a map.
Let's make a map.
Let's make a map, Jenny. Let's make a map. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I'd love to know what would be off the top of your heads the premise of this map. I want to see if your minds really melding here. Is there kind of like a general vibe?
It would be a football map where we would we would kick around a ball and things like, and then cheerleading.
It's a work in progress.
Side.
It's a work in progress.
We can't give away too many spoilers, okay? Can't give away
too
many spoilers.
I mean, the idea is sound. It sounds really clear and concise. That's the main thing there, Jenny. That's the main thing. Football and things and kicking stuff. I mean, that sounds. Yes. I'm in. I'm 100%.
Don't forget
downloading
cheerleading
immediately. But no, I mean, you can see. I mean, you mentioned there about the different kind of like modes now in creative and stuff as well. And it's the fact that we kind of started with PvE way back when with Fortnite, and it's kind of evolved so much now. Everyone building their own maps and stuff too. But towards the end of the season as well. I mean, the announcement of ranked mode as well was massive. We've seen recently a blog post as well that kind of like talking about ranked in general 11 here and kind of like some kind of stats coming out and different ranks. I mean, where did you get to? Where was your rank this season?
So my ranked experience has been a unique one.
Here we go.
I played on the first day. I got put in Platinum 3, which ain't too bad.
That's
right?
solid.
Not too shabby. Yeah, not too shabby. And I played a bunch of solos and I was not climbing. Let's just say that. I was not climbing. I thought what my plan was, Adam, was I was gonna like just get like a bunch of pros to like just carry me to like high ranks. And I'm sure I could have done that, right? Like I have some friends who are somewhat all right at the game, right? But like it was like just after FNCS, and so it was like a lot of the people who I would have asked to like just like play and grind, they were like just sort of like holiday mode. They weren't really trying to play, or maybe they just don't like me anymore. Who knows? You never really know anyway. But yeah, I just didn't really get on the grind. So I'm still plat 3, I think. And we'll see, right? Going into it was season 0, right? Season 0. I'm waiting for season 1 to really make my mark in the ranked world.
I got you.
Listen,
I mean, go on, Jen.
No, yeah. Listen, Levin, I'm there with you, but I'm not on the same level as you. Let's put it that way. But I feel you as far. I'm not grinding it. I'm not gonna lie. I tried, and it was a roller coaster of emotions there for me. I was going up and down. I was like, I can't take this anymore. Like one game I was on top of the world, and the next game I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I doing this? But I think that I'm in gold. For everyone that wants to know, I'm in gold. So I got there. I'm taking it. I'm just saying that's a victory for me. I mean, when you get a gold medal, it's first place. So like to me, I'm first, right? I'll just keep it there. But I have not actually tried no builds for rank. So I do want to see if maybe that experience would be better for me than builds. I don't know. We'll see. But I do love the idea of ranked, and it's brought such a different competitiveness to even just like the casual player, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, it's I think it's been really super cool, and it'll continue to evolve as well, which I think is really kind of great as we see more data comes through, things will change. It's gonna be fantastic. I think I very much for me, I'm kicking back, eating a bowl of pasta in my dressing gown in my silver 3 slippers. That's just how I roll. Silver 3 is me.
Silver 3, Adam.
Don't, but mate, I'm not like you. I didn't play one game, call up my mates, going, "Hey guys, you couldn't just help me out, could you?" Who are all basically winning things all the time. And see, platinum 3. I mean, I think there's quite a small percentage of people in platinum 3. I think it is. Is it 0 builds, Evan, or is it kind of
it's regular battle royale, battle royale.
Dude, there's like 0.13, but there's some crazy stats. Like, there's not many players in platinum 3, so you're like a rare shiny old sticker from old football collections. You know what I mean?
That's what you get with 11 2K.
That's what you get, man. That's you.
That's what you get.
Adam, we're gonna need to hire Levin to move us up in our ranks. You know,
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. If there's
You're
anything,
wildly overestimating me here, guys. I'll be real.
If there's anything that the drop spots taught us, it's that we've got so many other things going on at the back of this now. Designing new things, changing things up all the time, new levels, new businesses. It's great. We should look ahead now as well to other things. I mean, particularly for me, I'm excited to see what is going to happen next season. It's going to be very, very exciting to see. I do want to do one thing before we move on to what's going to happen in Chapter 4, Season 3, though, which is talk about you and your knowledge, you two personally, just you, 11-2K, Jenny Smiles, and your knowledge of Chapter 4, Season 2. And the thing we'd like to do here on the drop spot, which is a small quiz. A small quiz. It's fine. Harmless quiz, but literally everyone's listening and will judge you for it. But just a harmless quiz. So, okay. We made it. Okay, this is the last one officially of Chapter 4, Season 2. Getting the drop spot. So kind of a last opportunity here to do this. So what we'll do is this. We'll make it really simple. There are going to be a few questions for each of you. We've got a question for Levin, then Jenny, then Levin, then Jenny, then Levin, then Jenny. So there's 3 points up for grabs each, okay? Now, they're all multiple choice questions. And for you guys that are listening as well, play along, get involved with this. Now, I'm putting it out there. I want to say, Levin, Jenny, you strike me as being quite nervous about this, and I don't know why. It's a very happy atmosphere.
What do you mean? I'm stressed out. I'm about to be quizzed in front of all of these amazing Fortnite humans, and I don't do good with tests and quizzes, okay? But I'm going to do my best. Okay. Don't judge me. Don't do it.
We're judging.
But I'm getting vibes here as well that you two are quite competitive in nature anyway, as like mates. I think I could definitely feel some animosity in the air. I think one of you definitely wants to win this, Lev.
I can't lose to Jenny Smiles.
Okay.
It won't happen.
Jenny, the average Fortnite player, smiles. I mean, this is it.
Whoa!
You called yourself that.
You called yourself an average Fortnite player.
I'm allowed to
Wasn't
say
me.
it.
Just saying. Okay, right. Here we go. Levin, first question is for you. Lev. And of course, you guys listening as well will be able to play along as well. Right, Levin. Question 1 for you. What was the most popular POI to land at in tournaments this season? Okay, there's 3 different choices. What was the most popular POI to land at in tournaments this season? Was it Brutal Bastion, Slappy Shores, or Mega City? 3 choices there. Brutal Bastion, Slappy Shores, or Mega City. What does 11-2K think was the most popular POI to land at in tournaments this season?
It could be. I really wonder what it could be. I just have got no clue, but I'm going to go Mega City.
Mega City. Okay, just because I'm interested in what Jenny Smiles would have said. Jenny, what would you have said? Would you have said something different or the same?
Listen, I was gonna say Slappy. I don't really know why. I know Mega's the biggest, but I was just like, I do this. Like, I start second guessing. I'm just gonna say Slappy, just in case. Which
Okay,
one is it?
so Levin's gone Mega City, Slappy Shores from Jenny here. So with an average of 3.2 teams per game, Brutal Bastion was the most land at. Would you believe it? Can you believe it?
What?
That both of you incorrect. I'm sure everyone at home is going, you're both mad. What are you thinking? Clearly it was Brutal Bastion. And just so you know as well here, Lev, Mega City, an average of 2.7 comparative to 3.2.
Wait,
Just
what was
goodness
Slappy? Was I like in
gracious.
second place there?
Don't have those details at hand, but obviously I haven't got
Dang.
them, so probably...
Who made this quiz?
Well, this is
What do they mean by
don't
bad.
judge
This
the
is gonna
quiz.
go bad.
We're judging you
What's
two.
What's
We're judging you.
competitive? What
All
are
right?
you talking about here?
Right.
We're getting kicked off the
Oh, man.
broadcast,
Right.
Levin. I mean, we
Jenny,
just don't know
Jenny.
enough.
no,
It's over.
no points, but don't be so defeatist. All right, there's still time here. Right, question
believe
one
in
for
me.
Jenny.
Okay,
This is to take the lead here, Jenny. Take the lead here over 11.
I got this. I got this.
Okay, what was the least popular POI to land at in tournaments? What
Okay.
was the least popular POI to land at in tournaments? Was it Breakwater Bay, Naughty Nets, or Lonely Labs? Breakwater Bay, Naughty Nets, or Lonely Labs? What do you think the answer is?
I'm going with Naughty Nets.
Okay, Naughty Nets. Why that? You seem quite strong about that. What's the reason behind that?
Because it's next to Mega City, and like I feel like if everyone's gonna land over on that side, why would you land like away from like all of the main source of like loot and etc. So
Okay.
you know, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm just going.
And
with it. This is
just for
my- it's my-
context-
it's my answer. I don't know.
Okay, so just for context, even though Mega City wasn't the most landed at POI, you think Naughty Nets will still have? Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What do you
Okay,
think,
yeah, that's a good
Levin?
point.
Well, Levin, what would your choice be?
I'm still hurt by missing out on the first one, honestly, mate. But I would go with Jenny here. If it was me, I'd be guessing Naughty Nets as well.
Okay. So, with an average of 1.1 teams per game, the answer is Breakwater Bay. Breakwater
Ooh.
Bay, you two.
Dang! I literally. Oh, I told
put it
you
out there,
I'm
Jenny.
not good at tests, bro. This isn't going
Jenny,
well.
Jenny, you look like you're sweating here. You don't really think this
I
is
literally
this is like
am.
you're sweaty.
Please don't zoom in on the camera. You can
We're
like
not gonna-
see
we're
my.
not gonna
drops
zoom
of
in.
sweat.
We're going to zoom in, but there's a lot of wiping going on. Right, okay. Next up to the next
Okay.
next up. Levin loved that. He's relishing the fact that you got that incorrect as well. Levin, right,
Okay.
okay. This is for you to take the lead here. Okay, this is question
Okay.
2 for Levin. Okay. How many slurp trucks were there on the map? How many slurp truck? Sorry. How many slurp trucks were there on the map? Was there 6, 8, or 10? How many slurp trucks were there on the map? 6, 8,
Oh,
or 10? This is huge, by the way.
this is.
massive. This is disgusting.
I'm like trying to like go through all the ones in my head that I can think of, but I'm. Oh, okay.
I'm going to press you for an answer. 6, 8, or 10. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with 6.
Jenny, what would you have said?
I was counting. I think 8.
The correct answer is
Please no.
it was 10.
You just neither of us can get a
kidding me?
question right. Like,
There's
this is
no-
like-
Oh my
like,
God.
This is over.
This is
This
mad.
over.
No,
This is
no
over.
one's not even a backup other person who's not answering's got one right yet. So this is brilliant. Okay,
You
10.
just can't get anything right.
This
right?
is it. This is it.
Okay.
This is it.
I
So,
swear this is not scripted. This is just bad.
Okay. Okay. Right. Next up, Jenny. Okay. This is for you to take a.
Let's see if I can put a score on the board at all.
Let's see if someone can get something. Here we go. This is question 2 for Jenny. How many reboot vans were there on the map? How many reboot vans were there on the map? The answers are either 37, 39, or 41. 37, 39, 41.
What was the first one?
37.
That one.
Levs,
37.
11. Any answer? What would you give?
39.
Okay. The correct answer is, and scoring the first point in our quiz, it's Jenny. It was 37.
Yay!
Good
Let's
job,
go.
Jenny. Good
no.
job. So, Levin, that means that for the final 2 questions here, there's a lot of pressure here now because you kind of have to get this right. Otherwise, Jenny smiles, walks away as our champ. Right, here we go. Levin, your question is this. In FNCS Grand Finals, how many of the eventual winners were leading after day 1? In FNCS Grand Finals, how many of the eventual winners were leading after day 1? Was it 4, 5, or 6? 4, 5, or 6. If they were in the lead in day 1, did they go on to win it? How many of those teams? 4, 5, or 6?
Is this asking?
This is asking you, Lev. 4, 5, or 6.
I'm gonna go. So from all the different regions this season,
Yeah. Which of them? So just to confirm this, in FNCS Grand Finals, how many of the eventual winners who went on to win it were leading after the first day, after our first 6 games on day 1? He's contemplating so hard here, Jen. This is crazy.
I already know.
But it's valid. It's valid. This is a big moment.
I know.
I'm gonna go 5.
Okay.
Shot in the dark.
I'm going 4.
Okay.
It makes more sense to be 4 because I feel like most of the time people lead. Well, not most of the time, but like it's hard to be leading on day 1 and to continue and win out.
Okay.
Which is why I'm gonna go 5 anyway.
Okay.
Go 5.
Okay. The correct answer was, just pausing for a second here. 6. It was all of them. Sorry, no, but it was 6, bro. Oh no. Okay, I'm so sorry. It was all of them. I'm apologizing to you. I'm so sorry. But it was 6. So Jenny, incorrect on 4 as well. It was all of them. All regions.
I was really
they were
confident.
after the first day. All the eventual winners after day 1 went on to carry on. Consistency is key. Went on to win it.
Go teams.
Okay. Now this is the last question here for Jenny. Technically.
Okay. I'm already won.
but you have already won. But I'm still keen to see what your answer would be for this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
In FNCS Grand Finals, how many games did Queasy and Venno win in a row? Was it 4, 5, or 6? How many games did Queasy and Venno get a victory royale in a row in FNCS Grand Finals? 4,
it's either
5, or 6.
Okay, granted, listen, I was on EU. I might have been sleeping if that was playing. Watch it back. It's either 4 or 5.
Okay. Levin hates this because he was there and knows exactly what happened.
Levin was like, why didn't you give me this question? Oh my gosh, I'm actually stressing right now because okay. How many in a row?
How many did they win in a row?
I'm going 4.
Okay.
No, I'm going 5.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
I'm locked in.
Okay.
I'm locked in at 5.
Okay. The answer, Levin. What is?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
He knows the answer.
Winning games 4, 5, and 6 on day 1, and games 1 and 2 on day 2. The answer was 5, Jenny. It was 5.
Oh, yes. Oh
I just want to say,
let's go.
she saw my face when she said 4.
No,
and then changed her answer to 5. She was trying to read me to get the answer.
That is. Levin, are you saying we need to have a recount and restart the entire competition?
I'm saying that there's been some cheating going on.
See,
here.
look,
That's
just
what
real
I'm
quick,
saying.
rock, paper,
I'm
scissors,
making
whoever
it.
wins this wins. Ready?
I love it.
Rock,
I love
paper,
to see it.
scissors, shoot.
I'd love to see it, Jenny. GG's, and well done for you guys playing at home as well. That was so much fun. Well done, you two. Chapter 4, season 2. Hard questions though, like tricky. That last one, you had that 100%. But that was there. Great recap there. But let's look forward now. Chapter 4, season 3 is on the precipice of being in our homes around the world right now. It's coming very soon. Talk to me here, Levin. The new season is exciting for all of us. What's the first thing that you do when you log in when a new season breaks?
I don't want to talk. I'm still sad. I just need a moment to recoup.
Do you need me to talk to you, Levin?
I'm really struggling, guys.
What?
It's fine.
Are you going to be all right?
We move. I don't think I am, but I'll try.
Okay. Just think about the new season ahead. That'll get you excited again. New season.
Look,
talk about
it. I'm excited to log on, right? I think the big thing is when you wake up, first day of new season, hit social media, see what people are complaining about, then log into the game, drop on the map, figure out where the places are to be, right? There's always a place to be on the first day of the new season. You figure out that place and you land there all day long.
See, I'm the opposite of Levin. I do not do that. I'm like, get the spoilers away from me. I don't want none of them. I'm trying to stay off social media. I want to experience the game before I get to see anybody else's opinion and, you know, make my own opinions. And also, I love all of the new like cosmetic items, and I love to like get the battle pass and unlock all this stuff. So I like to see what I'm about to grind for the whole season. So that's always really exciting. But yeah, I do not land the same spot. Like I said earlier, I'm an explorer, so I just want to, you know, unlock every area of the map, explore everything, know all the little ins and outs of the whole entire map. So yeah, I will be prepared, unlike Levin, when he, you know, comes into my terrain and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, you wouldn't know because you land the one same spot every time, huh?
I'm just, look, for me, I'm same spot. I land there. I'm very, you know, territorial. I like my spot. I want it to be my spot, and I claim that. And honestly, it sounds really nerdy, but like my first thing after that is always just like, I want to watch scrims. I just want to watch the pros play against each other, honestly, if I'm being real. So that's what I'll be looking forward to the day the new season drops. And, you know, wink, wink, there'll be some events, right, happening once that happens. So we'll get really big opportunities to see that. I'm sure we'll touch on that a bit later. But yeah, for me, it's just figure out what's new on the map and then watch the pros play it all out.
Yeah, I think watching the pros play is like how you learn how to play. You're like, okay, I played it like my amateur level. Now, how should I be playing it? Let me go and see what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, we've had plenty of segments we've seen in the past, so like kind of great kind of videos we've seen on FNCS and such as well, of like, you know, kind of our players going head to head and stuff, and doing kind of like guessing challenges in certain POIs in certain areas and things. I remember that very clearly. Like I think it was DJ in the Omzo actually in particular, who there was a certain area on the map which was kind of obvious to most other players, but he was like, I have got no idea what that is because all I focus on is my POI. That's all I care about. So that's what I'm focusing on. So I kind of get that from Levin's side, but also I'm the same as you, Jenny. I kind of like clearing all the kind of the mist off the map and seeing exactly what is out there and what I can get my hands on, really. I mean, any particular parts of the map you want to see change at all? Any kind of like weapons as well, like kind of like vaulted, unvaulted? Obviously, that plays an important part as well. You know, we talked about traversal earlier on and kind of like, you know, rotations, and we've seen tons of new stuff this season already. I always love the creative ways that are kind of that newly introduced. Just when you think that everything's kind of been thought of, there's always something new right on the horizon here. But what do you hope is going to come back potentially, Lev? What do you think is going to, you know, kind of be brand new as well?
So my eyes have changed on this completely. I used to be the nostalgia merchant that just wanted all the old things back, all my favorite old POIs, or my favorite old weapons, items, mobility, whatever it is, right? But in recent time, I think I've changed gears where like I actually just want new content, even if it's like old things that have been like reskinned and readjusted to be like new and different. Like I just want like newer things, and thankfully the lovely people at Epic Games give us a bunch of new things. So I don't think we'll run out of new things, but I definitely want to just see new things. I'm not really too bothered about like seeing the OG tack coming back or like bring back tilted tiles. I'm not about that really anymore. I was about that at one point, but not anymore. If there's anything I actually want back, Adam, it's late game arena. I just want it back. It's my favorite mode. I love playing that mode. If anybody can hear me, please bring that mode back. I love it so much. But nah, in terms of items and like POIs, I'm good. Give me the new stuff.
Bro, I'm 100% with you, Levin, on that. Because I honestly used to be the same. I wanted like some of the vaulted stuff back. I wanted to feel nostalgic. But sometimes whenever that does happen and I get to actually have it, I'm like, this doesn't feel the same. You know, it's not ever the same, right? So I definitely love the idea of new, and we've had some crazy new items that have been added in the game even just this past season. So like you said, Epic has done such an incredible job of knowing what we enjoy as, you know, gamers and Fortnite players, and adding those things into the game to make the game more enjoyable. And also on the competitive side, like, you know, you can see like how those changed in competitive world and the meta so much. So it's always really cool to see the switch up in the meta. Like as a person that watches a lot of Fortnite, you like to see that new and exciting things switching up in the game constantly. So I am also looking forward to some new items.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm looking forward to, yeah, as you said, the battle pass, what that's going to entail. I kind of like limited time events as well. I remember that, we talk about things about like the Infinity Blade as well. I kind of like it when everyone's going to chase down one specific item and someone's got like all the power and you're going to see just everything, all the chaos ensue. I kind of like that too. So it's all coming our way though. I mean, Chapter 4 Season 3 is right around the corner, and it's going to be mighty exciting to see exactly what that looks like very, very soon indeed. Let's talk console for a second here as well, because we've talked about, so much has been happening kind of in the last season, we're looking forward to in the season ahead. But one thing that is really ever growing is the console competitive space as well here. New tournaments, the opportunities to earn prizes, the prize pools are increasing all the time. We've seen some great stuff coming out of that kind of world recently, Jenny. I mean, it's great to be a console player now, so there's so much to look forward to.
Oh, there's so many tournaments coming up. So, I mean, we see a lot of competitive players like on, PC, but the console, the idea of like these players having to play on a console, changing it up, giving them, like that grind mentality again. They have to, if they want to be playing in those competitions, they have to play on that specific console. And that's really cool to see. You have some of the, I'll just pinpoint for NA for you guys. You have Cam, which has won them like 4 of the most recent like solo cups. So definitely keep your eye out on him. I think some of the idea of like these console tournaments being so enjoyable is the fact that they kind of have to switch up some of their like techniques and tactics because they're relearning almost. So you can't just like go and be like your full self like you would, because you're learning and changing and adapting to a completely different play style potentially for being on a console.
Yeah, I think for me, like on a similar vein to that, it's like the dynamics of the actual teams you get. Because you always see like mixing, matching in terms of actual like duos. Like a lot of the time, it's not the standard duos you're used to seeing play with each other in FNCSs and other competitive offerings, right? It's like people mixing and matching. Like for me, Queasy, I spoke to Queasy like months before, and he's just been talking for months about like Pixovsky and just hyping this guy up. Like, this guy's insane. Like, every given opportunity to talk about console, he'd always mention him and how he wants to play with this guy and how good he is. And lo and behold, right, months later, they play the console cup and they win the whole thing, right, in EU. So big ups to Pixovsky, and he's obviously clearly a really talented player. Queasy was super excited to play with him, and things worked out. On the other side of the spectrum, right, you get, duo that maybe didn't want to play with each other, that did well still, Queasy and Diox, not Queasy and Diox, so Vino and Diox, right? They came 3rd place. And in the months leading up to it, Diox really wanted to play with Vino, but Vino did not want to play with Diox at all. He just did not want to. A bit of banter, right? But he was like, this guy's not going to listen to a word I say. It's just going to be mental torture playing with this guy, right? Like, really just anticipating not wanting to play with him. And then he did eventually, but I'm sure he was just teasing Diox a bit. Who doesn't have fun teasing Diox, eh? But those guys did incredibly well together as well, right? Coming 3rd place. So it just goes to show that, like, when you are like a top Fortnite player, like, you'll play with anybody to a certain degree, and you'll be able to make things happen, make things work, right? And it's good to see them, especially for the console specific players, right? People who like are just known to be good console players. It's always great to see them get like a chance to shine on that stage with some of the bigger name pros who they probably look up to and like watch to learn all the time, right?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point you make as well. I actually love the fact that Queasy has been excited about Pixovsky, and I think it's encouraging as well about when you see that the top players, and obviously we talk about Veno and Queasy and current FNCS EU champs here, that you've got players who, even though they've reached the kind of top, the tippy top of the mountain, if you will, that they could have got there, that they're always celebrating players who are coming through as well. I think it's really a really good sign for the game in general, that you kind of have players celebrating others who may not be as synonymous with with whatever it comes to tournament play. But Jen, I think it's great that they're managing to do that and kind of like leveling up others around them as well.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I really love that it's kind of opening up the opportunity for console players specifically that have been in that space for so long that really weren't able to play necessarily on the level of the competitive players that do play on PC. So I think, opening that door is allowing them to shine in the area where they perform the best. And that really is just such a great opportunity. And it hasn't been for so long. So now that it is available, we're going to probably see like some really cool players that we've never heard of on the rise and have their opportunity to really just shine in that space.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's all coming your way. Always make sure to look out as well for console competitions because it's ever growing and lots more official tournaments coming your way very, very soon. Let's, of course, talk about confirmed lands coming our way. We had DreamHack Dallas recently, Malibuka and Thomas HD Lev. Just these two are really kind of unstoppable right now, and it's unbelievable to see who's qualification as well for Gamers 8 coming up. So it seemed like a superb event, a great opportunity to showcase what they can do as well.
Yeah, those guys tore it up. I feel like this season we've seen it so many times where teams are like basically winning events before the event's done, right? Like I feel like we're so accustomed to seeing if it's like a 6-game tournament, 12-game tournament, it's like you'll go until the final game to know who the winner is. Whereas like at Dallas, it was sort of like we knew they'd won by like game 4 or something. Like it was just over with how good they were playing. I will say because I know I'm gonna get people, hounding me down. Evan, what's going on with EU? The EU boys ain't making it happen right now. No qualification spots. What's gonna happen? Like, look, EU hasn't quite performed in some of these NA events as I would have wanted to. The reality is, look, the jet lag, all the traveling these guys are having to do, it's taking a toll on them, Jenny. You understand, Jenny? I know
the
understand.
jet lag.
You know about the long travel. It's the jet lag. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
It's a jet lag. But when it comes time for Sweden in a couple weeks, when it's DreamHack Summer, these guys are going to show you why EU is considered such a strong region, just because, a lot more of them are going to be able to show up there easier. And it won't just be like NA dominant like it has been, which isn't a bad thing, of course, but I just got to, play into the rivalry a bit. I'm sure Panda somewhere, thinking, oh, Levin talking about EU again. He's my rival, he is. And it's just him that gets me going all the time. But yeah, I hope to see the EU guys doing a bit better when it comes to some of the qualification spots come summertime.
Yeah, after the jet lag, fades, we'll see the performance definitely go up. Jet lag, it gets you. It actually really does. I'm being funny, but I genuinely kind of really agree with that. But speaking on not the EU, but the NA side, we saw some really cool performance. We saw DGen and Sizz Lucky team up. We have not seen Sizz Lucky. We are heard from him in a while. So it was really cool to see their performance. They played really well together and ended up winning. So I honestly I want to see if, he'll continue to be playing together or if that team will be the team that we see maybe in some FNCSs. I don't know. But I definitely think that these competitions like DreamHack and into this competitive space, seeing some of these people step up and just get excited about tournaments is really exciting.
Yeah, shout out to Sizz Lucky, man. That's a real OG right there. If you don't know about Sizz Lucky, you gotta hit the Fortnite competitive history books. That's a real legend right there. I actually have some mutual friends with him, so every once in a while, I'll speak to him over the years, and I'm like, hey man, good to see you. But actually seeing him competing and
it's
doing
cool.
really well,
yeah,
that's really cool. Really cool.
Totally. Well, I mean, coming very soon as well. New legends will be born potentially at a new Red Bull Edinburgh LAN as well. You're going to be there, Lev. You alluded to it earlier on. I mean, how are you feeling about it? It should be. I mean, there's so much hype around this.
It's going to be mad. It's the second day of the new season, and we just have this massive LAN event with so many of the best players from all over the world. Like, it is going to be crazy. Solo competition as well. And solo, you already know, it's just madness. Like, you just don't know what to expect. It's like trying to predict who even does good a lot of the time is just near impossible. But again, second year of the new season, most of the players wouldn't have had much time to even practice. Like, it's one of those situations we talked about earlier, right? Where you wake up, your POI is gone. Where you land in this tournament? You can't even claim a POI. You don't know if it's going to be in the game come time for the tournament. So it's going to be a really, really fun event just for the question marks that are sort of around it.
I am so stoked to watch that. I also have a friend competing. I'm going to give a shout out to Reddish. I'm rooting for her. I love that girl, and she's literally an insane Fortnite player. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. And again, I think you were saying just the fact that there's going to be a brand new season, there's going to be so much chaos. And as a viewer, we love chaos. So it might be crazy for the players, but I am ready to just binge watch all of those games.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity, like you mentioned earlier on, to watch the pros kind of do fact finding ultimately there, trying to find where to go, what to do, and the new season's dawning on us, but it's coming our way. So much to look forward to, and the Fortnite calendar, as always. Competitive is looking mighty fine indeed. For you guys, listener, thank you so much for being here. I mean, Lev, where can we find you online? Where you at, buddy?
11-2K anywhere on social media, you can find me. I want to apologize to all the people that support me and believe in me for losing in the quiz to Jenny Smiles. I promise I will never let that happen ever again.
We'll see about that.
I think you say that, Levin, but you're not going to stop talking about this now for months. That's all you're going to talk about.
It's going to haunt me. I'm
I will
going
never
to
let
have
him live this
sleepless
down.
nights. Like, I will genuinely have sleepless nights now. But it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate all the love nonetheless. And yeah, see you guys on the battle bus.
Absolutely. Levin, great time on the show. My favorite part was, showing you up on the quiz, of course. Did you know I beat you? I was just making sure you were aware. Okay, sorry. Anyways,
it started already.
Did you notice?
I'm Jenny Smiles, and you guys can find me on socials, Jenny Smiles and Jenny Smiles TV. But I'm on Twitch, this stream. I'd love to see you and hang out with you guys.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. You can find me at Adam Savage online as well. Thank you guys so much for listening, for tuning in and being part of the Drop Spot. We look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Go out there, enjoy what is coming your way, courtesy of the next season. It's gonna be amazing, no doubt. All hell's gonna break loose very, very soon. But we're gonna have a front row seat to it. We can't wait. Thanks so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye for now.